Well, ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the finished shawl. Hi y'all, my name is Jana Kay. Welcome to this video, the making of a shawl, where I share the progress of making a shawl for my hashtag 6 Spring Shawl Swap partner. And I hope you enjoy the journey that I went through in getting that shawl completed. In one of my podcasts, which I will link here, I talked about the pattern that I used, kind of the process for finding that pattern, and getting the yarn that I used as well. But as a reminder, I used the pattern called Lost in Time by Johanna Lindahl, and I used Yarn Art Flowers, which was a 45% cotton and a 55% acrylic, or might have been vice versa. Anyway, a beautiful yarn that went from green, a really bright, almost neon green, to a darker green, to a light blue, almost turquoise, into a medium, and finally ending up with a really dark navy blue. Beautiful colorway. But you'll see all that in this video. Just a quick reminder or recap. I chose this pattern just searching on Ravelry and looking at the list, the queue or the favorite list of a friend, and finding this pattern because this pattern is actually one of the popular or hot shawl patterns that is being made recently. And Johanna Lindahl is with Mijo Crochet, and it is a very vintage looking shawl, kind of a modern vintage shawl pattern. And I really loved it, even though I had a couple of patterns I was deciding between. I really loved this because I thought it went along well with kind of my idea for the Bougie Crochet Wearable series that I do, where it's taking this art form that we've had around for years, centuries, and that it's still making beautiful wearables, beautiful home decor, beautiful accessories. And so it's that vintage but still modern aspect of crochet. And so so my swap partner liked blues and greens, but was open to any shape of shawl or any kind of pattern. And so I picked that one because I did love it. I did look at her channel and see some of the shawls that she had made in the past, some very lacy, but also some with that vintage feel, like a granny stitch shawl. So she does have a variety on her channel as well. So I picked this. I thought it was beautiful, and hopefully she will like it. But let's get to the video where I show you the making of a shawl. All right, this is what it is looking like after I have finished all the rows that are in the pattern, except for the border. So this right in here is row 15 all the way to 26, and that is going to be the pattern repeat from now on. And you can see that right in here, I started getting, out of the 4 strands, started getting a strand of dark green, and then down in here, there were 2 strands of the dark green, and may have even gotten to 3. I'll have to look. Let's see up close. Yeah, I think it's 2 and 2. 2 dark green, 2 light green. So yeah, then we'll move to all forward being the dark green, and then they start adding in that lighter blue color. So yeah, so I am now on the pattern repeats and going to be repeating until I get close to running out of yarn, and then I will add the border in. So looking beautiful. I still love this very antique design. Okay, y'all, here's the progress so far. As you can see, a lot of the green has disappeared. I am now down to 1 strand of green with 3 strands of this light blue color. And so as you can see, it's gone from light green to a darker green, and now we're adding in the blue. I have done, so I think I left here, I had done 1 repeat. I've done another repeat, and I am almost through. I'm on these popcorn stitches here, so I have a row of V-stitches that I have done, and then these rows right here. There are 3 basic rows. Let's see if I counted that right. There's this row of 8, these behind, and then these stitches behind. So yeah, and then I start again on the repeat. So that is what it is looking like. I don't understand why I have a hard time counting to 8. Several times in this repeat, maybe even in this one, I have found that I either counted to 7 or counted to 9. Why is it so hard to count to 8? I have had to rip back a couple of times, which has not been fun, but I am going really well. My goal was to get finished with this repeat by March 15th, halfway through the month, and I did that and even got this far by March 16th. So I feel like I am ahead of schedule. I'm not sure how many more repeats, but I'm thinking I will save the very darkest for the border. There is a special border or end row that goes on the bottom of the shawl. But I love it. I love the way this yarn is playing out. It is, what do you call that? Ombre. I think that's the right word I'm looking for. Just the ombre of colors going from the light green and then finishing up with the very, very, very dark navy blue colorway. So yeah, love this pattern. It is, as I said, rows 15 to 26. So it is a 12-row repeat. And yes, I do have to look at my patterns, especially when it comes to the end and the way the end and the way the point here, the increases are done, is not always the same. And so sometimes you're doing a stitch and a chain, or a stitch and a chain and another stitch, or 2 stitches, which is actually 3 because of the turning chain. So I do have to look especially that. But once I start going down the row, then I don't necessarily need to keep referring to the pattern until I get to the increases at the various points. So yeah, but love it. That's the progress so far. Hey y'all, I wanted to give you a quick update on my shawl. I have actually finished all the rounds or the repeats of rounds that I'm going to do. I only have this much yarn left, which I'm pretty sure it is not enough to do a whole nother set of 12 rows in the repeat. And you have to finish with row 26, which is the last row. So this is, let me turn it so that I can not get anything caught and stretch it out for you. So this is what it is looking like. And this is the end of the repeat. And so I have started right here. I am starting the border stitches. I am changing it up a little bit. So it calls for doing, well, let me show you from the front. Okay, so it calls for doing the corner and then chaining 5 and doing a V stitch here in the popcorn stitches. And then I would chain 5, do another V stitch in the top of the popcorn stitch. But I decided, because I want this row, like in all the other repeats, this third row really pops out. So you get 3 rows by doing back posts to really pop forward. So I want all 3 of these rows here. It's kind of hard to see in the dark yarn, but to pop forward. So I am doing the V's on top of the popcorn, but then I'm doing it's a front post, but actually from the right side looks like a back post. Here, skip 1, here, skip 1 in these 7 double crochets. And so, yeah, so that will make that row pop forward. And then I'll only put the, it's going to call for 8 double crochets in those V stitches, like what is done here on that row and on that row right there. So it'll end up being 8 double crochets on top of the popcorns. And then there is one more final row with slip stitches and picot stitches. And then I will be done and can get it sent off in the mail to the person receiving my shawl. So excited. The 31st is coming up when all shawls should be put in the mail to everybody. And hopefully if you search on #6SpringShawlSwap, you will see it. Also, as usual, I will put everybody's their channel, list them all in the description box below. So this video, even though I am doing my progress, will come out about a week after everybody's shawls should be put in the mail. So that is a week after March 31st. So somewhere around the 7th or 8th of April, you will see this video, and everybody's channel will be in the description box below. So there you go. That's the progress I've made so far. Almost finished, and we'll give you a final update when I get the border finished. Hey y'all, checking in again. I ripped out the border. I just felt that the shawl was not big enough, and actually the medium blue and dark blue twisted lasts a lot longer. It's very unusual because this green lasted quite a bit, but obviously it's the small part of the shawl. And these didn't last as long, especially this light blue and green and the light blue and dark blue or medium blue twisted. But I still have quite a bit of this twisted dark blue, almost like midnight blue and medium blue. And so I really do think I can get another round done. So I pulled out 3 rounds of the border and getting one more round of 12 rows done quickly because time is running short. I have about 4 days before I have to mail this off. And so working on another round, and yeah, I'll catch you when I have it completed. So this is it, y'all. It is being blocked on mats. It is so pretty. Here it is. I'm so excited about sending this off in the mail, but we're gonna wait till it's dry, and I'll give you one final look before I send it away. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The finished shawl. And I absolutely love the way it turned out. I love the yarn and how it progressed from that bright green to that very deep navy blue. So it is complete and ready to go to my swap partner, who is Amy at Amy Loves Crochet, and I sure hope she loves this crocheted shawl. Shawls are amazing. They are amazing works of art. They take time, patience, corrections, but in the end, they are an absolute beautiful work of yarn art, from the colors that are highlighted to the intricate stitch patterns. They are works of art. So, completely done. I did have to stop early and figure out how to end it. So as I said earlier, I took out the border because I didn't feel like I used enough of the yarn, that the shawl was not big enough. But as you can see, I think it turned out to be a good size. You can wear it like this, and it is not too big or bulky to also wear more like a scarf and wrap it around like a scarf. So what you are seeing, I did block it, and yeah. So anyway, I decided to go ahead and start the pattern repeat, but as I thought I did not have enough yarn for a complete 12 row repeats, so I went from, as you can see, this open lacy, it's basically double crochet, chain 1, rows of single crochet. And then I went to this where you do V-stitches and put 8 double crochets. So that's how I ended up. And then I took the border design and added picots. That it's the last row of the border design where you add some picots in between. So yeah, so that's how I decided to end the shawl, and I ended up with this much yarn left over. So yeah. Now remember, this is fingering weight, so it doesn't look like much was left over, but it actually was quite a few yards, not playing yarn chicken per se. because yeah, I could tell that I wasn't going to have enough for all 12 row repeats, and then made a plan to end it, but I think it turned out beautiful. One more final look at the shawl. Thankful that it is complete, that I can now send it off to her. Hope she likes it. And just a couple small little treats from Tennessee to go along with it. And yeah, thank you for joining us for this 6 spring shawl swap. If you want to see more, I always put in the description who was a part of this swap. You can also go or hashtag, search on the hashtag 6 shawl swap to see who else was involved, and put up a video as well. Hopefully you caught my video when I unboxed my shawl from Connie at Connie's Crafty Corner, and I really do appreciate that shawl. It is beautiful. So hope you enjoy checking out maybe some new podcasters, but some beautiful shawls, as I said, beautiful works of art. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye, y'all.